Okay, big boy motherfucker. So for today, we gonna go to the encyclopedias and find out more about the vintage home country. Okay, Rakesh, it's your turn. You do it. Okay, Madayar. Let us beginning the encyclopedia processing. Holy Roman Empire. If you looked at a map of Europe in around 1789, you would see some familiar countries, oh no shit, and a few ones you perhaps never heard of. So in the west there was Great Britain and Ireland, colored picked of course for obvious reasons, Levice Angeles, France, Spain, Portugal, and the east. For Poland, what the hell is this shit? Hey, Buk Lau, is this the right thing? Like somebody. You do it again wrong. Man, what the hell wrong with you today, big boy? Oh, okay, sorry, wrong page. Let us trying it again. Okay, then let us beginning. Okay, New Zealand. The Jedi People's Republic of New Zealand is one of the greatest nations of breast-loving beer drinkers, as well as the world's largest producer of milk. A fact which is interesting because before we got there, none of the animals even had any breasts. Oh, I used to know an Asian guy from there. They called it the Soviet Kiwistan, New Sheepland. Anyway, moving right along. Prehistory. New Zealand was discovered by the Maori Ori, a peaceful people from Micronesia. Unfortunately, that was once called Old New Zealand originally by its inhabitants, so they killed all the natives and later changed the name to New Zealand rather than Old Zealand. Smart little fellas. Now the prehistorical. The islands were rediscovered again in the 17th century by the famous Dutch pot smoker Disable Tasman, who gave the country its current name New Zealand, after remembering what he had for dinner last night. But unfortunately he could not spell Villanvigis, so he ended up spelling Zealand. The New was created after New Jersey, where both the wild and uncivilized places populated by savages. He subsequently introduced the marijuana plant, which to this day forms a mainstay of the economy. Oh dear. Hey Rakesh, isn't the name of the capital city Hobbiton? Or the some shit? No, that is just an inside joke. Oh, okay. I am the very understanding kind guy. I know what you mean. Okay, let's get right to it then. Aotearoa was rediscovered yet again by Captain James Cook, who thought that as no one outside the place worth mentioning had heard of it, it could perhaps do with a bit more discovering, and the introduction of the wheel, iron tools, and firearms to the natives. The first expedition included a touring circus which was tragically massacred by the Maori. Oh, that is very sad. Oh dear. Let us move on to the government, eh? The government. In 1948, the Queen's dad let New Zealanders have their own parliamentary system. New Zealanders took to constitutional reform while on some seriously hard drugs. Let's abolish our upper house and work out what to have instead later. This happened in 1950. And let's have half the seats in parliament filled by the people who don't have to stand for election and call it MMP 1996 are two of the country's landmark reforms. From 1948 to 2008, New Zealand had their own Labour Party, or Führer. Helen Clark, her gender, which is unknown, or his gender, ruled over New Zealand with an iron fist. Towards the end of his reign, Mrs. Clark's iron disease spread throughout the entire body, similar to the Iron Lady of England, Margaret Thatcher. He had to be removed from office by a forklift truck. Another fallout from Mrs. Clark's decline was a foreign minister, Winston Peters, who got the sack not because he was flackier than Helen Clark's scalp, but because his constitution had finally died. Oh. Like somebody. I don't even know what you are talking about anymore. Just take a look at the forever. I think we ended here. How is that sounding to you? Okay, Buk Lau. We are ending the recording here. Don't forget to subscribe to Patak's channel for the curry rice and vintage too. Bye bye.